off-road hobby fans and YouTubers. Thank you for stopping by Killer Off-Road Hobbies. This is going to be part 1 of what is to be 2 or maybe 3, depending on how difficult this kit is. And by the looks of it, it might be slightly difficult. But so we got bags A through F here. So we're going to try to get through all of this, if not most of it right now. I did read the note that the guy said, and he said that you have to assemble this exactly like it says in the instruction manual. You can't deviate at all. Like some kits give you a little bit of leeway, a little bit of wiggle room, if you will. Apparently, according to the note, this kit does not give you that option. So we got our black grease, we got our thread lock, we've got our tools, lots of tools, and we're going to dig into this thing. This is what I've got done right now. I've got the diff done, installed, and the transmission. The transmission's all put together with the slipper clutch assembly. And you probably can't tell it by this, but I did decide to go ahead and go with the rear mounted engine because I would have to buy one of those shorty packs to run if I didn't opt for the rear. And since I don't really feel like buying another battery, I went ahead and opted for the rear mount engine. That way I can run any of the 2 or 3S batteries that I actually have. Because if you do the mid, you can see it right here, if you do the mid mounted engine, the engine sits right here, and then it just gives you from there to here with your battery tray. With it in the rear, I have this entire spot from there to here. This is a relatively difficult kit to put together. The diff and everything was a little tough. You just have to follow the instruction manual like the guy said in his note to the T. And as you can see, he highlighted everything and all that. And it tells you everywhere you need grease and everywhere you need thread lock. So this is all together. This is ready. This is all the stuff right here for the mid motor setup. So you have a different transmission that puts it on the inside of the chassis instead of on the outside. And as you can see, it is a little bit bigger, and because of that, you get this extra gear right here. So we didn't need that extra gear, which gives me a spare gear for the one in here, because instead of running 2, there's only 1 in there. So this is going to be a spare part, which is awesome. And then they also give you a spare diff gear, because they are plastic. So 2 spare gears is nice, and the slipper clutch gear is metal, so you don't have to worry about that one. The slipper clutch, or the spur gear itself, is plastic though. So that's where it sits with this guy. Of course, thread lock, the ones that go into the aluminum part here. But that's all said in the manual here. It lays it out. It shows you exactly what to do. There's not a whole lot of information, but it's enough. If you're savvy enough to buy a kit, it's enough. And then, you know, basically the only step past that I took is I put in the basically body posting for the battery tray hold down, and then I installed this aluminum rear block. And this aluminum rear block, it's this little piece in here that you have to install. It's got a little step down, so you can't really mess it up. But yeah, so that's where we're at right now, and I opted for the 77 tooth spur, which it comes with a 77 and a 79. So you actually get a spare spur too, as long as you don't mind going up 2 teeth. Alright guys, so we're back. like I showed you before, we got the chassis, you know, here. We put this aluminum bracket on here, and I just got done doing the steering. As far as steering goes, it was really easy. You just follow this, build it, you know, just exactly how it says here. It's got 1x1, you know, comparisons on the sides here, and it's just a 2-wheel drive buggy, so it's easy. And then, you know, that's ready to go on. The gap in between these is 30.3 millimeters, which is 1.19 inches. So I went an inch and just right under an eighth. And that should be about perfect. Plus they're adjustable, so you know, if it's got a little too much toe out or toe in, I can adjust it when it's on the car, but that's a good starting point. Right now we're going to go ahead and put the front end together. We just opened bag D, so we got the A-arms, the steering blocks and everything, and then all the hardware to put it in, so, and the hinge pins. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and be right back and show you guys what it looks like. But yeah, this is turning out to be a pretty cool little build here, especially for 65 bucks. I mean, this, you can't go wrong. If this thing's decent at all, it's going to be well worth the money. Alright guys, so we got the front end put together. This buggy, I thought it was going to be more complicated than it is, but it's real easy. You just turnbuckles work as the upper A-arm, these right here. Got your steering links right here. You know, everything's just real simple. Just follow the directions. You know, this is kind of just like a rough overlay of kind of how it looks and how it goes together. But I'm really liking this buggy. It's coming together nice. I've had a few small, tiny little hiccups, you know, but all in all, it seems like a real solid kit. So we're going to keep going with this. Okay guys, so I got the rear A-arms on, nice and movable. Actually mounted the diff and transmission and spur gear also. It just takes those 4 screws once you get the A-arms on. All of this stuff is real simple. You know, you just put your hinge pin in with that little lock screw so the hinge pin can't slide out. Just your standard hub carriers here. A note on this is, see these little ball ends right here for like the rods? On the mid engine setup, that would be on the outside, but since I'm doing the rear engine setup, it's on the inside. You know, this is a really, I'm blown away by how good this kit is for the money. Like, it's going together relatively easily. The only complaint I have so far is that these little ball things right here have standard size hex, but you know, that's the only complaint I have about this kit so far. It's going together really nice and smooth. But this is where we're going to end video 1. Like I said, this is bag A through F, and I know you guys want to see more in-depth stuff, but that takes a lot of time, and it's really hard to, you know, actually put this together while trying to videotape it and stuff. My next kit, I will do a full build, show you guys everything all together. I just really want to get this thing done so that I can have it for when I go out to the track with those guys. But please thumb up this video if you like it, thumb down if you didn't. Stay tuned. If you're new to Killer Off-Road Hobbies, please hit that subscribe button. If you guys already are subscribed, go ahead and hit that bell button so you get notified on all my latest videos. So once again, this is Gary from Killer Off-Road Hobbies saying, take it easy guys. Peace.